Hello and welcome. Let's look at some tech news in this video and look at how that links to ICT and computer science. And the first news article that I found on BBC News was Jimmy Donaldson, aka Mr. Beast, the 23-year-old American YouTuber who has now become the highest earning content creator in 2021, according to Forbes. Now, Mr. Beast is someone I really admire, and I think he's done some great things, and I really like his channel. I mean, I am a subscriber. I'm one of his 88.3 million subscribers there, and he does do some really interesting videos. His budget is $48 million a year, which is absolutely incredible to spend on videos. Some really interesting videos that he's got, and what I really like is he does do some really good things, like, for example, clean the world's dirtiest beach, or he gives money away. And 20th of February 2012 he joined, and now that's a really big number of views there. 14 billion views, 14.5 billion views since 20th of February 2012. He's done all these accomplishments here, and just a really nice guy, I think. I've seen interviews with him, and it just comes across as being really kind of down to earth and kind of hasn't let it go to his head. Just a really nice guy, actually. So good luck to him. Well done for that. He has been going for quite some time, and it was only really in 2017 that his channel kind of took off, when he counted to, what was it? It counted to 100,000. And that was his first video in 2017 that really kind of launched his career, and it's been upwards since then. So yeah, according to this rich list here, he is the highest earning content creator in 2021, and he's overtaken others there, and there's a list there. I'll leave the link to this article down in the description. Some good news. The REvil, or REvil, ransomware gang has been arrested in Russia. If you're not sure what ransomware is, it's a particularly nasty piece of malware. What happens is your computer is locked, and it's usually a piece of malware that is downloaded onto your computer somehow. It gets onto your computer somehow, either through an email attachment or file you've downloaded. It's on your computer, and it locks your computer. And the only way for you to unlock that computer is to pay what they demand, which is usually around $500, and usually in Bitcoin, being their cryptocurrency payment method of choice. So you pay that amount, and you hope that you'll get your files back. You can gain access to your computer. Now, there's no guarantee, of course, that once you pay $500 that you will gain access to your files, because they could ask for more. Say, well, you've paid $500. You could easily pay $500 more. You could pay $1,000 or $2,000 to access your files if they're that important to you. So really nasty, and it hit the NHS in the UK back in 2018. Now, I'm not sure if this was the gang behind it, but I seem to remember back in the news that I think the NHS ended up paying it in the end. They had no choice but to pay this ransomware, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be able to gain access to their important files. There's obviously patient records and all sorts of stuff that they keep in a hospital. Computers are really important these days in a hospital. So what's a way around this then? Well, if you do get hit by ransomware, there's nothing much you can do about it, but you either pay what they demand or you lose your files. And it's usually on a countdown timer as well. So if you don't pay within a certain time, then the price might double, or they might just simply delete your files. The way around this, of course, is think prevention rather than cure. And so you need to back up your files. And so if you do get something like this, then you don't need to follow their demands. You don't need to do what they say. You've already got your files backed up. Just wipe your computer clean, format the hard drive, get rid of that, get rid of the ransomware, install an antivirus software, and you're okay. But otherwise, unfortunately, you don't have any choice but to pay their demands. So it's great that these gangs have been caught. And there's quite a lot of money involved there as well, £4 million and £440,000 worth of cryptocurrency. There's quite a lot of money in it. So I'm really glad that that gang's been caught. Now, in an interesting reversal of current trends of working from home, Google will spend £730 million to reinvigorate its UK offices. So this is particularly in central London. they're going to spend this money, and they're going to try and reinvigorate the work environment to try to bring people back into the office. So it's quite interesting that they want people back in the office. I'm thinking, why would they want to do that? Why do they want people back into a workspace again, working together? Well, there is an element of control where you can keep an eye on what people are doing and you can monitor their work output. But there's also an element of kind of spontaneity that you don't get if you're working from home. You just bump into people. So the kind of spontaneous meetings that you might have when you just happen to bump into someone in a kitchen, for example, and you just happen to discuss certain things that are happening, which you can't have if you're working from home. It's not possible to do that. There's quite an interesting development here, and they look particularly nice. I mean, you've got a hybrid working model there where you've got people working from home, perhaps, or people working in even another country, and they're having a meeting with people that are already there. So that's kind of like a hybrid model. I think that will be more common, where people don't just work from home or don't just work in the office. They might spend perhaps a few days a week at home and maybe 2 days a week in the office, or perhaps 3 days a week in the office or 2 days a week at home. So it's an effort to kind of reach out to people, get them back into the office, but offer them some flexibility and also offer them quite an attractive workspace there. I mean, this picture here of an outdoor workspace being piloted in the US looks absolutely amazing. It's got leather sofas, it's got a fireplace, it's got kind of lights. It looks nothing like an office. Absolutely amazing. Who wouldn't want to work there? What an amazing place to work. So this is quite good news in a way, because it's quite a big investment for the UK, and it'd be interesting to see what they come up with in terms of workspaces, how that looks. That's quite an interesting article here. Again, links in the description. In social media news, Kylie Jenner becomes the first woman with 300 million Instagram followers, an absolutely insane amount. That's about the population of the United States. So an amazing number of followers, but the person with the most amount of followers is Cristiano Ronaldo, the Manchester United striker, with 388 million. It's absolutely amazing. The power and influence that these people have nowadays goes a long way. And I hope they set a good example to younger people who follow them. And finally, the wealth of the world's 10 richest men doubled in pandemic. So people like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. And it's interesting that out of those top 10, if we look at this list of Forbes here, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bernard Arnault and family, Bill Gates, Larry Ellison, Larry Page, Sergey Brin, Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Ballmer, and Warren Buffett. Out of those 10, seven of them are tech people. Elon Musk is the world's richest man at the time of making this video, and he's a programmer. So what am I saying then? Follow this channel, learn how to program, get good GCSEs and A-levels, go to university, computer science, and you might be in the top 10. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.